time you get down on your knees, you a crowd. God blessing all the trials.
The only choice, DJ Reese.
It is 6-6, baby. ETL, we here. Patchwork Recordings, General, Wild Child DNA, a.k.a. Nationwide D. My man DJ Reese, a.k.a. Mr. Show Off. My man Danny Black. I got my mans in
AKA
here.
Snacks. Danny Snacks.
I got Miss Nico. And I got my mans in here.
Hold up, I want the AKA for her.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting on it.
Yeah. The whole world wants to
You're
know.
gonna put me on the spot like that. Nah, I can't say it.
I'm going to keep it secret.
Nah,
AKA shh.
Yeah. I got my mans in here though, like, you know, me and this dude got so much history, man. Like, y'all niggas don't even really know. My man DJ Scream,
Yo!
Mr. Hood Rich.
I gotta come here and start yelling, man. We need strippers, we need naked people, we need marijuana, we need Hennessy. Come on, man, it's hood rich now.
I have two of those things.
Two of them?
Yeah.
Where they at?
I got my AKA.
Oh, I mean, you General Hood Rich, man. You were supposed to come through with all that, man. What happened, son?
What happened was, man, I've been trying to get my Leo G on. So I was at the gym and it said, it said, get the 66 raw now and salute the general or else.
Man.
So I'm here.
Okay.
That's
see?
what matters the most.
All right, man, listen, you know, my brother, you know, thank you for, you know, sliding through. I mean, it's only right, man. We in your backyard now and everything, so.
Yeah, I mean, and to let everybody know, man, like a very instrumental part of the Hood Rich movement in my career was a time where I was just going crazy in the streets with mixtapes and trying to figure out my next step. And shouts to Fairy Styles.
Mm-hmm.
He linked me up with you,
Mm-hmm.
and you took a risk on my brand. Someone who never did like radio per se, but I was doing mixtapes, and I salute you for giving me that opportunity, which led to so many more. So I salute you on that, and you know what I'm saying. It's just good to be here, man. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
Seeing everybody's moving forward, being positive, and doing great things for the culture. You did.
Indeed. And at the end of the day, my dude, you know, real recognize real, and you know, I think, you know, for me, it's just all a matter of just like seeing your passion,
Yeah.
seeing your grind, seeing your work, and you know, for me, it's like it don't matter, you know, if you know you're just, you know, that, you know, dude that, hey, you know, I got the platinum records, but you put in that work. Like, you know, my man, they was just here, you know, a little while ago, Drummer Boy, you know, who I fuck with heavy, or you know, you're that dude that's like, yeah, I ain't got the platinum yet, but you know, my grind and my work ethic is platinum. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, if there were more niggas in the game like that, in terms of, you know, whether it be, you know, from, you know, the radio programming side to the record label A&R community side to, you know, that can really just kind of like have that vision to like, because that's what it used to be back in the day. I mean, that's what A&Rs or record labels got paid for. They got paid to like scout and look for that type of talent.
Absolutely.
And you know, there was, you know, that whole. You didn't really need to go into the history about this shit, but you know that you niggas get the fucking picture, you get the idea of what I'm trying to fucking say. You know what I mean?
And I want to shout out Leo G too, man. Just as a person that's been riding for the Southern culture and Southern hip hop for a long time myself, for taking the opportunity and the risk of embracing the South before it was all the way cool to embrace the South. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm a nigga from New York. Like, let's get you
Yeah, no, he made it clear, like, when you play that South shit, it better be the best South shit. But, you know what I'm saying? It's all good because, you know, at that time, a lot of programmers and everything, like, they just, even this record right here, they know, like, when I took it to certain programmers, they turned their head. I was like, all right, well, y'all gonna be begging in 30 days. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know, like, they know started with me actually grabbing it out of Lowe's computer and premiered it on 6-6 Raw. And you actually hit me, I believe, and Fear's like, yo, what's that? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of history behind that. So salute to everybody who's the innovators and everybody who's trying to move everything forward, and the people that still put in that platinum grind, like you say, and just want to see the whole culture move forward. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Yep.
So I mean, you've been moving forward in a lot of different ways. My brother, like, you know, it's, You've transcended quite a good
Working, blessed, humble, working, staying
Yeah.
focused.
You know.
Yep.
You know. So what's I mean we know like in just in terms of like the radio ride, like, got, the ATL, locked down, doing a lot of producing, shout, to your man Spins out there, like, was killing it, you know what I mean? Like, doing, shit with Ross, as his, DJ and everything, now with, MFG. And I know we were like talking a little bit, behind the scenes or whatever, but, what is it that, is DJ Scream's, focus like in the here and now in terms of here's what I'm doing.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So I just put out a project actually in your hands. It's called Legend, and it's basically a compilation of a lot of my exclusives over the years that came out on mixtapes, and some of them didn't come out on mixtapes, and I kind of wanted to bless everybody with it.
Yeah.
And it just comes at a particular time where it's a whole new generation now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed to still be relevant in this whole new generation. Like, I was a part of Shawty Lo mixtapes, Rocco, Gucci Man mixtapes, Jeezy, Rick Ross, and so forth. I was a part of all of that. But to be able to fast forward to the future, the new wave, and say I was a part of 2 Chainz, Future, Young Thug, the Migos, you know what I'm saying, part of all those mixtape projects. That's a blessing because, I kind of feel like a lot of rappers have 90-day runs.
Yeah.
Like that's the length of their career, and a lot of DJs don't go much further than that. Might be 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that people still come up to me, run up to me, literally like, yo, I want you to be a part of my mixtape. I just want to be down. I just want to do whatever. It's exciting to me. I never take that for granted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So moving forward, I feel like now, when you look at Southern culture and Southern music, like I'm nowhere near done. It's kind of like almost getting started. You know what I'm saying? Like I meet so much new, young, fresh talent every day. And then what we did with Hood Rich Production Group was just the production aspect of it. What we're trying to do is always create new sound and forward sound.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like Drummer Boy just left, and there's so many legendary producers that, set the tone, and some of the young guys don't get it. Like they go trying to sound like
Yeah.
the other producers.
Yes.
And I come from even the hip hop element of that's a no-no.
Right.
Like if
Yes,
this nigga
sir.
sound like this, I don't want to sound, look nothing like him.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of what me, man, has just been coaching some of the new generation of producers and artists to say, hey, look, this is the team I play for, Atlanta, the South, but we got to keep it progressive, and everybody can't rap like the Migos, everybody can't rap like Young Thug, everybody can't wear skinny jeans. If that's what you do, that's what you do, but we're going to need some niggas like Nick Grant that could tear your
Right,
head off
right.
lyrically. You know what I'm
Man.
saying? We're going to need
Man.
another Future in the future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of primarily what I've been focused on in the studio. So
Okay.
everything now is about being calculated. So when you hear a project like Legend or the singles I'm about to put out and everything, it might not be as frequently as the 12 mixtapes a week I used to do, but
Right.
when it comes, it's going to be a little more calculated. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to hit and not miss at anything. You did.
Just being smart about your business.
You got to. You got to preserve the brand.
Do you think
You know what
the music nowadays that's coming out, because you mentioned about down south music, and a lot of artists from up north and out west or wherever, they're starting to kind of incorporate that down south sound, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's like being oversaturated to the point where it might make you want to branch out and just do something else, because it's like everything you hear sounds like down south.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think as an entrepreneur, first there's a million things I want to do. There's a million things on my vision board. But just speaking of it from a musical standpoint, man, I remember in the early '90s when New York was at the forefront of hip hop. I'm not even gonna say kind of, but we was
Right.
down here rolling our pants legs up and had tempers. It was like, yo, well, fucking Wu-Tang is the shit. Like, I want to be just so the influence makes sense, but we had to have an outcast to come along and let us know, like, look, this is Atlanta. This is the story of Atlanta. And the crazy thing is about Atlanta is like you get artists like 2 Chainz and Walker that tell the South Side story. That's the South Side.
South Side.
You still have the East Side, the West Side, the North Side. Like there's still other areas. Like when Migos came, they came from the North Side. You feel what I'm
did they?
saying? That's a different story. Like there's different stories. You can drive 10 miles and it's a completely different
Yeah.
story. You can go from a middle class income to in 10 minutes in Atlanta. So that's the thing. So it influences the world because it's just it's in the water. Like to be able to go, shouts to Lil G, to be able to go to Switzerland and Paris, and telling you from Atlanta and they lose their mind. I'm like, it's Atlanta.
Yeah.
No, I have to go to Atlanta before I die. I have to come to Paris before I die. You have to come to Atlanta.
Right.
That's powerful, man. And like I said, I'm just humbled to be a part of so many of the projects and to have a good circle of creative friends in the city. And I just hope it keep going.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
I think a lot of people starting to sound alike. The only thing that I really don't like when I listen to the radio, which I really don't listen to the radio a whole lot, but I definitely think everybody sounds the same.
Yeah,
Like
no.
for example, I just want to use one song for example because I didn't know
Uh-oh.
until a week
I
ago.
know it's coming.
You know I'm about to say Panda?
I know it's coming.
Do you know I'm about to say that? Listen,
know
I
it's
had
coming.